Hi, my name is Rebecca, and in today's lesson I'm going to explain to you the difference between two very commonly confused words, and they are it's and its. Of course, they sound the same, the pronunciation is the same, but there is a difference in usage, and I'm going to explain to you what it is. This is quite confusing because, especially if you read a lot online, you might find that a lot of English speakers also make this mistake. So I'm going to explain it to you. It's really quite simple, and then hopefully after that you'll be able to use these two words in the correct way. Okay? So let's get started. The first one, it's, is IT apostrophe S. Now, that word it's is, in terms of grammar, it's a contraction. A contraction means that it's a shortened version of two words, right? It is or it has. Alright? So if you use it apostrophe S, it can only mean it is or it has. So if you need to use those two words in the sentence, then you need to use the apostrophe. Let's look at some examples. It's a nice day. That's a contraction of it is a nice day, right? It's snowing. Again, a contraction of it is snowing. So we use the apostrophe. It's been a long time. Let's say you meet a friend and you haven't seen each other for a long time. So you say, hi, it's been a long time. This is a contraction of what? It has been, right? It has been. So we're using it apostrophe S. The last one, it's been raining all day. All right? Again, it has been raining. All right? So whenever you want to say it is or it has, then make sure you use the apostrophe. All right? So let's go now to the next one. It's without the apostrophe. So the only situation in which you're going to use that is when it's a possessive pronoun. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's just like when we say my book, your book, right? That's a possessive pronoun to show that something belongs to me or something belongs to you. In the same way, we use its to describe something that belongs to something or to an animal, right? For example, every country has its own flag, right? It is the country, right? The country has no gender, right? It's not a he or a she. So, and I know in some languages they refer to countries as female, so then people sometimes say every country has her own flag. That's actually not correct in English. We don't give countries a gender, all right? So you should say every country has its own flag. Now this it means that the country, the flag belongs to the country, which has no gender. And so it's a possessive use of the word, right? So you use it with no apostrophe. Because if we use the apostrophe, then it would be something like every country has its own flag or it has own flag. And that wouldn't be right. Okay? Let's take another example of the correct use. The dog buried its bone. Also, usually, unless that animal is our pet, then we know if it's a he or a she. But if we're just talking about an animal and we can't see what gender it is or what sex it is, right? Then we just say it for animals. The dog buried its bone. All right? So this is a very common mistake. Be careful, especially if you're doing a TOEFL or a TOEIC or an IELTS exam. Examiners look out for this. And also be careful, as I said, when you read online, because many people do misuse it. But hopefully you will not after this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a little break to erase this, put something else on the board for you, and give you a little test to see whether you have understood it or its and its. This version and the second version. Okay, so let's see if you've understood those two words, it's and its. All right? The one with the apostrophe, the one without the apostrophe. So let's look at the first example. Have you seen my umbrella? It's disappeared. Which one should you write here? This one or this one? Okay. Right. Have you seen my umbrella? It's disappeared. It has disappeared. Right? Okay, let's take number 2. Number 2 says, it's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. Which one do you use? This one or this one? Ready? Okay, also, this time we're using the one with the apostrophe, and it means it's time to go to bed. It is time to go to bed. All right, let's try number 3. The snake sheds its skin. The snake sheds its skin. Which one do we use this time? Okay. This time, we don't put an apostrophe because we're talking about the skin of the snake. The skin that belongs to the snake, so we just say its, and we're using it in the possessive form. Okay? Last one. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Sometimes we say this, for example, at the end of an evening. You might have gone to a friend's house for dinner, might be a little bit of a formal relationship, and at the end of the evening, as you leave, you might say to them, it's been a pleasure, right? It means that you've really enjoyed the evening. It's a very nice thing to say, but if you were writing it, how would you write it? That's the question. Okay? So again, we would use the apostrophe here because what we're really saying when we say it's been a pleasure, we're saying it has been a pleasure, right? Okay. So as you can see, it's a little bit more confusing when you actually try it out, which is why you should practice a lot, especially with this one, okay? We have a quiz for you. If you go to our website, www.ingvid.com, you'll see a quiz on this, as well as on many other topics in English, all right? So thanks for watching. Good luck with your English. Bye for now.